the connectee is free. Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, save the pregnant lady. Okay, no, not the son. What about the wolf? Somebody gotta save the wolf. Have you also thought about how ads in mobile games are kind of weird? Cause I have. I have a lot, actually. I think that there's something wrong in my monkey brain because every single time I see one of those ads, it's like insane amount of dopamine. That's like, damn, this is really funny. And it's mainly because that it's completely unhinged, which in itself is not a problem. The big problem is that what you see is actually not what you're gonna get. I basically just did the chills intro. What you see is not what you're gonna get. Mobile gaming is actually the biggest type of entertainment there is today. Beforehand, there used to be like the radio, music, pling pling plonk, and then there's film, and then there's gaming in like the 80s where they're like, yeah, I don't know, this is kind of fun. And when you think of a gamer, you'd also generally assume it's like a teenager, like, boy, Sonic on the wall playing Xbox, stuff like that. I mean, that's definitely what we used to think, but now new generations, right? But even probably your mom plays video games. She just plays them on her little phone. Now, how did she find that game she's playing? Unless it's Candy Crush, then it will be in many different ways that she found it, but most likely through ads. Now, why do I know so much about mobile gaming? Well, other than being a game developer, I also used to work at a gas station. Now, you might think that that doesn't really have anything to do with the case. Au contraire, my good friend. The gas station I used to work at had 2.5 customers every hour. So 90% of the time, I would be sitting in the back. And there were 3 things that I could actually do. Either 1, play games on my phone. Got any games? 2, doom scroll. Or 3, look into the abyss. I didn't really like looking into the abyss because it looked back. So I didn't really like that. So I did the other 2 options, which was doom scroll and play mobile games. And a thing that I found to happen a lot when I played these mobile games was that what was advertised to me was not what I got. Now, you most likely seen the ads before. It'll be stuff like there's this shirtless guy. We can't forget the shirtless guy. Then there's the pregnant lady that also might have been cheated on or might have been cheating on someone. And now they have a farm and a lot of other stuff. And then there's also the puzzles, which are always super infuriating to look at. And a lot more. But you might think to yourself, there's nothing wrong with this. And in theory, there basically also isn't anything wrong with it because most of them are free. Maybe, because 90% of them, they're like, actually, it might be free, but you need to pay if you actually want to play the game after you download it. Thank you. That's funny. I love explaining that to my mom and dad all the time. That, hey, why can't I play this? I said that it was free, and now she can't play it, which is great. I love it. And the game technically exists, but it doesn't really exist because what you see is definitely not what you're gonna get. Now, mobile gaming has grown to such a huge competition in the gaming sphere that there's a lot of people looking to overtake the next one, right? Everyone wants to be LeBron James. And if you want to be the LeBron James of the gaming industry, that means you have to overtake Candy Crush. Now, how do you overtake Candy Crush? Well, you can't just make Candy Crush again, even though 90% of them is literally just Candy Crush. But you can make Candy Crush again, so you have to do something else. Now, this is a business. This is big business. Big business happening right here. This is why the gaming companies make fake ads. One of the things that these companies do, and the reason why they do it, is because of CPI. Now, CPI, that means cost per install, meaning that every single time that they make an ad and somebody clicks that ad and then they download the game, they get free money. Now, what would you rather click on? Would you rather click on this one and download this game? Or would you download this one? I guess you most likely download this one. I mean, I know that I do. Then there's also the fact of that fake ads just highly outperforms real ads. There's nothing really wrong with that. I think that's just something that, like, the way the human brain is wired, that we are always seeking dopamine. And now we're getting so much dopamine that we probably should seek a little bit less dopamine. Because of that, we will see stuff that we think looks fun or cool and we will want it. Like, for example, I love to play Sudoku, right? Which is actually a very funny story why I love playing Sudoku. And it was not because I was addicted to my phone, but I love playing Sudoku. And the funny part about that is even in Sudoku, they have like fake game ads inside of it because, like, actually, no, wait for our sponsors. And then it's the pregnant zombie again, which I think is really weird. Hell yeah, I like the numbers. So I'll keep playing. But the thing is that fake ads just massively outperforms normal ads. That's just how it is. If you can do something that gets a click, what would you rather have? You can get like a $10,000 a day by making an ad that is like completely baloney, but there's no laws against it, so it's an ethical gray zone, or what you would like to call it. Or you could show the actual game, which is most likely just a Connect 3 game, and then you'll get $0. Well, actually, you'll get like $10. But there isn't really any laws that are saying that what you can do, even though there's like fake marketing laws, so I don't really understand that. But it's about money. That's the reason why there's so many fake ads and why there's so many fake games, actually. So what's the psychology behind it? For me personally, I'm definitely getting taken by curiosity bait a lot. There was this one game I played, which was like, you're playing as this little guy, and the ad was like, he jumps around, he's like a ninja, cool stuff, and then you have to like throw stuff and then make like perfect patterns so you can kill the enemies. And I loved the idea of that game so much, and when I got it, it was just another Connect 3. But it's too difficult to make, and it's much easier to just make 30 million different Connect 3 clones than it is to actually make it a unique idea. I know this myself from game development. It's difficult to make a good game. But I definitely get taken a lot by curiosity bait. I see something and I get curious about it, and I'm like, damn, this actually looks quite interesting. And then I jump in feet first, and then it's like, actually, if you don't pay in 7 days, you can't play this game, and the game wasn't even close to being the game that I wanted, so I just uninstalled it. Free malware. Then there's also rage baiting. I can't actually believe that that happens, but rage baiting is a very real thing, especially if you've seen those puzzle games, which is very popular. You have to pull the pins. And then the arm is like this. Oh, am I gonna pull this pin with the lava in it? Or should I pull this pin with the gold? Who knows? I'm pulling the pin with the lava, and no! You know, it's very good marketing. I think it's very good marketing. Just thinking about it, damn, I could actually play that. That sounds so fun. Then there's also the illusion of skill-based games. It's where they say basically like only 1% out of 99% can actually do this puzzle. And then the puzzle is like actually baby puzzles, like baby's first puzzle, Goo Goo Gaga puzzle. That's what it is. And then people get frustrated. They're like, there ain't no way that this can be that hard. I could do that. And then you're already playing the game. You lost. You lost the game. And it's mainly targeted towards younger children, or children in general. You have from like 0 Goo Goo Gaga to like 17. Perfect age bracket, right? And then you have 18 till like 38. Nah, probably higher. 42. Where it's like, damn, this is like fake. This game literally doesn't even exist. I'm not gonna get malware on my computer. And then from there on upwards, that's where the biggest money are. So what are the games actually when you install them? From game development, I found out very quickly that the best way to make games is to reuse assets. That's just how it is. I think with all the games I've ever made, I think I've used the same movement controller for every single game I've ever made. Now, why did I do that? I could just make a new one that would fit the game perfectly. But the thing is, the first game I ever made was a movement shooter. So I was like, yeah, this is a really good movement. And then I just reuse it for everything. So let's say that you're a studio and you're a company and you make a Connect 3. You know it, you heard about it before. You have a banana, and then you have apple, and then you have a blueberry, right? And then you're like, doing, bring, super dopamine. Then there's a lot of city builders also, which is also one of those things that are like pretty easy to make. A lot of idle clickers like Cookie Clicker, which was the first original clicker. I actually don't know if that was the first original one. I didn't play it. I played the ones on... And then there's also a million bad games, which are just like reskins of other games. You've probably seen a million games with the same king dude doing this. Because if you've seen that, then they're all Clash of Clans, just a worse version of it. But if we go a little bit back again with what I talked about in the start, like how they make money, then why would this make sense? Wouldn't that just be a lot of more money you would like put into it to like make all these different games and like really try to, that's not how it works. Because the thing is, let's say I make a movement shoot and I was like, okay, damn, I'm gonna sell this. And then I make a fake ad to it and it gets like 10,000 clicks. And I was like, hell yeah, that's $10,000 directly to my bank account. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, sir. And then I need to make more games because now that was such a huge success. So why wouldn't I make more games? Now I'm a game developer. I'm a full-time game developer. Actually, I'm a game developer. Did you know that? I work for Blizzard. I worked 7 years for Blizzard. So now I have two options, right? One, I can make a completely new different IP, or I can make a sequel, right? That's like the two things if I want to continue with this. Or, don't tell this to anyone. Or I could release the exact same game, but this time I reskinned it. I just put different assets in it. So it's technically not the same game, but it's actually the same game. But it's like instead of a skeleton enemies at the start, now it's zombies, you know? And then I could make a fake ad for that also, and then I could release that. And then the week after, I could, instead of zombies, I could say that it was werewolves. And then I make an ad with a werewolf going on the toilet and then a person jumps in to shoot it. It's actually infinite money glitch. It's crazy. And the funny part about this, there's also a lot of like YouTubers like me. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that get footage of the fake game and then they pretend that they're actually playing the game, which is like, I mean, I'd do it. I'm not saying that I wouldn't do it because I only have 700 subscribers. Also, if you want to change that, there's a little button down there if you wanna give that a little press. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money just to be like, and actually, whoa, this guy got 4 picks now? Oh, four picks. Well, he doesn't stand a chance against my Apache helicopter. So it's makes a lot of sense why they're doing it. And I would do it too if you want to sponsor me. That's not what I'm saying. Hey, I haven't even gotten the opportunity to sell myself out and I'm already doing it. So a lot of influencers also just unknowingly actually promote these games, even if it is games where they heard about it. I mean, I'm technically also unironically promoting it right now because I'm talking about it, but I'm saying don't do it. I mean, you can. Like, I'm not your dad. You can if you want to, but don't, I guess. Why don't you play a real game like Fortnite? Yeah. It's a possibility. So which consequences does this actually have on the gaming industry? Well, other than it's literally impossible to get a job in the gaming industry right now, apparently the entire gaming industry is burning. Why is the gaming industry burning? Oh, they sold everything. They sold everything to investors, and the investors say that Cristiano Ronaldo should be in the new fighting game. Why is there a football player in the new fighting game? But what does happen though is there's actually real mobile games out there that are actually good. That like they do exist. They are real. It's just so difficult to actually find because the people who make real, actually good mobile games, they don't do dishonest and fake games. Obviously, because they made a real one. They made a real good one. So they don't do these ads. But the thing is that the fake ads, they so heavily outperforms the actual good games that these good games, they just get buried by a million idle clickers and a million shirtless guy and a million pregnant lady which is farting all the time and is like zombies breaking through the wall. Like all of them get buried by all this stuff, which is really, really annoying and really sad because that is inadvertently also killing the game industry because people lose trust to mobile games. And if you do fake games, a lot of them also just filled with like shovelware and like a lot of stuff that you really don't want on your phone. Especially if you use Android, it's crazy. Like, it's so easy to make stuff for Android. You're literally just like, yeah, can you build this for Android? And it's like, yeah, sounds good. What did you put in it? I don't know. And then you just put a zip bomb in it. And it's definitely the younger audience who are the most affected by this, because when I grew up, I played like CS, right? That was the game there was, right? I had a PC and I got CS, right? So that's what I played. But now everyone has a phone from the age of 2.5. So mommy can actually have a little relax time and baby can have a little screen time, as every good child should have. When I have children, I'm gonna mandate them to have 7 hours of screen time. And then when they're 7, they're gonna make Hyperpop back in their minds. But the younger audience can't really see the difference from what is a real game and what is not a real game, as they're like children, right? Like they're super young, so they don't have the literacy to understand it. And the platforms also unironically that don't give a F, because they don't need to. There's people actively going in and then downloading stuff from their platform, either Google Play or iPhone or Apple Play, or I don't know what they're called. Itch. People don't really care because people go in, they're like, hey, I saw this game, I'm gonna click on it, and then they're gonna click on the app and they say install, and then everyone gets money except the person who are actually installing it. That's the only person not getting money. And there is policies around it with like fake marketing and stuff like this, but it doesn't matter. Like, it unironically doesn't matter because people don't complain about it. I mean, now I do, but people don't complain about it. If people don't like the game, they usually just uninstall it, or they'll just keep it as like malware or shovelware. And the companies don't complain about it because 1, they get money. 2, they have people downloading it. 3, their reputation goes higher because people are downloading it. They don't really care anymore because you already downloaded the game. And if it's a fake game, then they're usually like, actually, I know that you can't play the game right now because after the 2nd level, you have to pay. But if you go in and give us 5 stars and say, this is like amazing game, this is a crazy good game, then you get 5 whole new lives and you get to play the game more. You have these fake games that are made by fake companies, which is just a reskin of another game that already exists, getting downloaded where everyone gets money. It gets higher reviews because it usually gives you either more lives or you get to be able to play the game more if you give it a high review. And if you write a good comment about it, then you'll also get more stuff in the game. It's literally a pyramid scheme. Game company, fake ad, consumers, and then everything else is getting built up by the consumers giving them free stuff because the game is like, actually, if you would like to play this game, then you should give us 5 stars, please. Then you can play the fake game, which is just Connect 3. But it doesn't look like Connect 3. There's a pregnant lady. Because these platforms, they profit from installs. That's how it works. That's how they get their money. Now, you would probably imagine that I was talking about some good counter examples of actual good games. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to disappoint you, because in my heart, there's only one. There's only one real good game. Sudoku. Man, I love Sudoku. Yeah, I love Sudoku, man. Go play Sudoku. Don't give a gaff about all these other games. Just go play Sudoku. You know what it is. Numbers, find the numbers, amazing puzzle. But to give a recap about what this video is even about and what you learned so far. Fake mobile games epidemic is very real, and it's not a mistake that these ads look like that. It's marketing strategy, because they get money if you install it, and it's much easier to get you to install something that either infuriates you, makes you extremely happy, blows up all of your dopamine receptors, or is something that scratches a perfect itch that you're having. Even if all of that isn't in the game, if the ad says it's in the game, that is the biggest chance for you to actually install their game. Like, you can make an amazing game, but if you don't make good marketing around it, then nobody's gonna play it. That's just how it is. And this deception is normalized now. I feel like it kind of snuck up on us. I didn't even realize about all these games before I started working at a gas station and I had so much spare time, where it was like, oh, whoa, this is not what I installed. And then after like the 17th install, I've realized, oh yeah, none of these games are real. And this is also like even bigger than just fake mobile games, because it's also on the internet now. Everything is driven by ads. That's how everyone makes money. You see all these YouTubers around this video, these guys, right? Unless it's me on that list, then all of these guys are getting paid by ads. Because I'm not getting paid by ads because I don't have enough views. So yeah, that was the video. I don't have much more to say. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this video about the fake games epidemic. And I love to hear what you guys have to say. I read every single comment because I don't get that many comments. So I read all of them. Please say something nice. Other than that, I just hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much.